Alright, welcome back to race number 11 of 20 here in the Cubecar Championship Series, and you may notice we have something a little different in the bottom left. That will come into play later, don't worry about that, but welcome all to the 11th race of the season here at Martinsville Speedway. SunCube is on pole for today's event, and we're getting ready to have a
Drivers, to your cars.
pretty chaotic
Drivers!
time. We're going to have a pretty chaotic time here at this track, because remember, last season we had this track. Not only did the game crash once, but we also had 15 cautions, so this race should be pretty much no different. Hopefully less cautions than what we had last time. Let me just pause real quick, get the chat up. There we go. This half-mile short track is our third short track stop of the season. And this should promise to be a good one for sure, because this track is very exciting and also very, very chaotic, like I mentioned earlier. So without further ado, let's get this 250 lap race underway here at Martinsville Speedway. Green flag is out, we're racing at Martinsville. SunCube off already to a decent start. Looks like a bit of a breakaway from the main pack as it started to fizzle out past the top 10. Road Toad, though, in that 96, staying ahead of the pack. It looks like he's going to lead this first lap here at Martinsville. Well, last time we raced this track, they only went about 18 laps before the first crash, so let's see how far they can go this time without wrecking each other. Defending series champion. Oh, we've already gotten alerts. It's this 01 fuel problems. For the 01, I believe that is... It's been a while since I've streamed this. That's the 01 of Curb. He flies down pit road. I believe he was not slower in any capacity, but he's going to come down pit road and try and get that problem fixed. So unfortunate early tough luck for the 01, who won last week at Michigan. So coming off of that win and getting that problem early on is definitely not going to help him whatsoever, especially a track like this where you lose laps very quickly from having issues like that. So he's going to have to hope for a lot of cautions in order to get his lap back. So hopefully he can do that here today. Looks like he's already gotten himself off of pit road, and it looks like he's going to be able to continue this race. Road Toad already off to a pretty sizable lead ahead of both SunCube and Raccoon. Goob is going to hang out in 4th, 5th is Sheepmobile, 6th is Bowser. Galaga's going to be 7th, 8th is Whimsicott, 9th is Gogomobile, and 10th is Space Cube. Pretty decent top 10, although I think SunCube is slowing down the group behind them because they are caught up to him and have not really caught up to our leader. Road Toad is going to put Curb a second lap down here if he can, since the 01 had already pitted. It looks like there's some contact on the front straightaway as there's some tire marks on the track. Don't know what that was all about. Looks like Spark It Up and Shadow were probably involved in a little scuffle that did not bring out a caution. So... Ooh, Road Toad driving it deep on the inside to try and get around Curb. Almost ran it right into him. That would have been really bad for him and his lead. SunCube still staying ahead of Raccoon, but not doing so hot in terms of speed. Fastest lap of the race so far is our leader, Road Toad. He is already flying 3 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. That is insane. Well, I'm beginning to think this 56 is having a bit of a problem, and that's why he's already up to a 3-second lead over the rest of the pack. And that lead is continuing to grow. We are only on lap 10, and he's up to a 3.4-second lead. He easily got around the 01, so things may not be looking good for the rest of the field here today if Road Toad is continuing to dominate like this. here at Martinsville. Raccoon now trying to go for second and get around this 56. Looks like Goob trying to get around his teammate at Michael Waltrip Racing. Raccoon dives down and takes away that second place position. Short tracks are the 45 specialty. He won 2 of them last season. He won at Richmond. He also won at, no, Milwaukee. It was, I believe it was IRP. And that's where he went on to fight in the championship position to end up being in the championship at the end of the season. So good on him for doing that. Now Goob also gets ahead of the 56 pretty easily, but that lead for that 96 is growing. Oh, trouble for Gunn. He's gone around on the front straightaway, and the caution is out for the first time tonight. And that's going to put us under the yellow flag, and that pretty much means that Road Toad's lead is basically nothing. Now, the thing about this track is that the AI loves to run into each other on the caution laps. There we go. Brighten the mood a little bit. Gotta get those yellow lights for the yellow flag. But yeah, they really like to shit themselves on the cooldown laps here under caution. See, Tram and Hubris don't even know where they want to go back here. It's usually a mess here because the track is so small and there's so many cars, they don't know what to do. So it looks like we already have some takers on pit road. Namely, Sad Knuckles and Tram coming down. And it looks like the 66 is coming down as well as Klonoa. So early takers here on pit road at lap 15. And let's see what happened to the 47 of Gunn to cause this most recent caution. Rode the high line around the 19 of August and the 98 of Spark It Up. Let's see if that 98 was to blame for this crash. Maybe it was the 19. Oh, maybe it was Spark It Up. Gets the back bumper. Yoink. Typical Martinsville activities. Thankfully, he was the only one involved, so nothing much to worry about there. Looks like Klonoa and the 82 and the 42 all came in for damage repair. Same with the 66, so they're probably going to be going a lap down because of when they pitted, so unfortunate for them. But if we have a bunch of cautions today, they might be able to get their laps back and potentially go back into contention. But since they do presumably have damage, I don't think that's going to really change much of anything for them. So Road Toad already has led every lap so far in this race. He's looking to potentially lead them all. Although it is very difficult to lead every lap at a track like this, especially since there's so much chaos. I know for sure that the calamity corners at this track are the exit of turn 4 and the exit of turn 2, so it's just at the start of the straightaways is when things start to go wild and crazy. That's for sure. Yeah, at the end of the day, we're all here just to race and have fun, so it looks like we'll be going green next time by. Yes, we are. So all the lap cars will go to the inside. There's currently 4 of them. Nobody's out of the race just yet. Gunn, Curb, Klonoa, and the Grimnir Nation will all line up on the inside lane. And they will all take this restart here under our first caution of the day. Here, started at lap 14 for the 47 going around, but this was a pretty quick yellow. Pace car is now pulling off, and we are now getting ready to go for the final. No, I should not say final restart because there's going to bound to be a million more cautions here at this track. About to go back to green here at Martinsville Speedway. It's going to be harder for those guys that are trying to... Oh, back caution's out already. Oh, Haruhi's around. Oh, and gets slammed into by the O2 of Amore Jr. And Sad Knuckles clobbers the O2. And just like that, We are immediately under caution once again. Oh, and traffic cone stuck on the apron. We've got problems all over the racetrack right now. And what I was about to say is that it's really hard for the leaders to do anything when they're on the inside line. So, or the outside lane, I must say. Oh my god, what are they doing? What are they doing? What are they doing? Well, while this craziness gets settled out, we're going to actually go to the pace car cam and see what happened to cause this most recent caution. While the AI shits itself and figures out where it needs to go. So it was after they went green. It was right here. So it was in the mid-pack. So Haruhi got turned by somebody. We'll find out who caused that. I think it was Heihachi. A little bit of Kartsaros beef going on. And our Kartsaros with CGB beef, and around she goes. Thought she got away from that one clean, but then the O2 kind of just dives in there, gets into the 3 of Shadow, and then the Sad Knuckles just clobbers the O2 of Mori Jr. And then the 22 gets stuck on the bank. That's a Crush Cube, Hedgerton, Packmobile all on pit road. Honestly, this is one of those tracks where you have no idea who's going to win the race because everyone's all over the place. And the positions are like pretty much going to be completely different from what they are at the end of the race, I believe. Unless Road Toad can go on and dominate like he's doing right now. Just the lights a little bit more yellow on that. Yeah, I'm predicting there'll be a lot of cautions here in today's race, so just bear with me on this setup we have here. It's just typical Martinsville AI, just being Martinsville AI. No one really changed many positions during that very, very brief green flag run, so not much is going to be different here. Any DNFs from that crash? No, actually. Very surprising that no one, especially the 82, because the 82 took a massive hit during that crash, but I guess maybe it wasn't that massive because they don't go that fast at this track compared to other tracks, but Side Knuckle's still in the race, so is Air Traffic Cone, who is stopped or stuck on the banking at some point, I guess while trying to get around the crash, and he's 3 down in the last place position right now, so we're just going to wait and see what happens here the rest of this race. It's going to be a very exciting experience for sure. A little bit of trivia about this track while we're under this most recent caution. This is actually the oldest track on the active schedule, as everyone wanted to go here before green. But this is the oldest active track on the schedule. It is the shortest active track on the schedule. That is not the LA Coliseum, because I don't count that, because it's not a real racetrack, even though I like the racing there. But it also has very good hot dogs, even though I've never been there and I've never eaten the hot dogs there. Apparently Martinsville's hot dogs are something to behold, apparently. But maybe one day when I eventually go there, I'll be able to see for myself. But I actually am going to a race this year. I'm going to Richmond, and I'll definitely be sharing my experiences of that on YouTube as some shorts. Maybe that'll bring some new people into the sport. Because the last shorts I did pretty well. But we're back under green here at Martinsville. Let's see how long they can last this time. Oh, well, we're already under caution again. Oh, we got a bit of a pile up. The 66 has gone around, and we're back under caution again here at Martinsville. Like I said, this is just average Martinsville activities. They really don't know what they're doing right now, but Scribner Nation has gone around on the front straightaway. Let's see what happened to the 66 to bring out our third caution of the night at lap 24. Heihachi again. Oh no, it was Meluetta who turned Heihachi into the 66, and oh wow! Heihachi does a full rollover and keeps going. What a Chad. You know what? Let's actually go on board with the 34 during that. He got hit by U-Haul into the wall after that, and he did a rollover. But I think he got squeezed by the 31 because the 89 of Whimsicott was not in line. Let's go on board. right here. There we go. Damn, put this guy on X Games. That was sick. Well, he might come down pit road this time, Bob, but Mr. Kill and Lightning McQueen are coming down now. They must have gotten some damage. And Rotoad's coming down as well, so is Shadow. So maybe some early pet strategy for our race leader. Actually, no, Raccoon's coming down as well. Oh, so most of our leaders are coming down now. Gogomobile stays out. Sad Knuckles, I believe, is going to stay out because he pitted last time. So yeah, pit strategy is going to be absolutely bonkers on this track because of how many people are going to have damage by the end of this race. No one eliminated from that crash either, which is pretty surprising. And now they really don't know what to do. So they're all tied up in a bunch together. But with only 20 lap newer tires, at a track like this where tire wear is extremely interesting, to say the least. I actually have no idea who the leader is going to be because Tram came down, so did Amori Jr. So our leader is the 13 of Gogomobile, as all the other guys are getting the wave around now, so they're going to take their time and get around the pace car here so they can get their laps back. Something you never see in this game, funny enough, because the wave around is so rare, it only really happens at short tracks like this. But that is an act where all the cars that are a lap down under a pit road cycle will get their lap back automatically by virtue of the game's rules. Back then it was called the Aaron's Lucky Dog, now it's just called the Wave Around, but I miss when it had a cool name. Sad Knuckles has no idea where the hell he wants to go. But Gogomobile is your leader, followed by, oh wow, they're stacking up back here. Followed up by Sheepmobile in second, Galaga third. Fourth is Bowser, fifth is Space Cube, sixth is Rotoad. Wait, so only sixth. Okay, interesting. So Melawetta is in seventh, eighth is Baguette, ninth is Pocket, and 10th is Hubris. So yeah, the running order right now is probably going to be completely different than later in the race because of how frequent the cautions are. And are we going back to green this time? Yes, so these guys have really got to get to the end of the line. And now Shadow's allowed to exit pit road. So we're going to see a lot of guys go a lap down really quick. We're only... Oh, are we not live? Oh, no, we are live. We're only 31 laps into this race, and we only have 26 cars in the lead lap. Jesus. Well, I wouldn't expect to have a rollover at a track like this, but considering the physics are so different in this mod than all the other ones, it's not surprising. Considering these cars are like paperweights compared to the main mods. Maybe like the Indy cars. I don't know, they won't roll over at this track. Ready to go back to green here at Martinsville. And hopefully we can at least keep it going for just a little bit longer this time. No lights on the pace car just yet, that's a good sign. As Gogomobile is trying to stay away with the lead. For now, as McQueen now comes down pit lane. He's probably got damage repair to do. Sheepmobile, though, making his way through the field in second on the inside. Getting really close 3-wide action between Raccoon, Mr. Kill, and Galaga. All getting very close for comfort on the back straightaway. A lot of... Oh, no, Gogomobile's on pit road. Wow, so yeah, the pit road cycles must be completely screwed, which will lead to a very interesting finish, I suppose. So Sheepmobile is now your leader for the first time in a while this season. Actually, for the first time, period. Well, they've led some laps, but not like... They haven't led that many, so... Just looking for some kind of break here in this race to go ahead and lead some while they're at it. Second now is Bowser in the 85. Third... Oh, around goes the 22! Into the wall goes... That's air traffic cone. He got spun into the wall by somebody, and once again, the caution's going to come out. Oh, and the One Piece gets spun around by Gentle Cat. There's definitely some disagreement between those two at one point, as he has put the bumper to the back of that 93. But let's first see what happened to traffic cone. So it looks like he got punted by Road Toad, maybe? Yeah, he's trying to make his way back up to the field, and around he goes into the wall. And caution comes out yet again. Oh, and Gentle Cat. Yeah, Gentle Cat came down the track into the 93 here. They're 4 wide. And then the 93 comes up the track into the 71. They're just not having it with each other today. Oh, and Tosto's stopped on the track. Something happened with the 17. I think he might have had an engine failure. What the hell happened here? I think he tried to come onto pit road. Oh, and I think Pac blew up. Yeah, he did. The 11 with an engine failure. That might actually be our first DNF of the day. Pulling it down, and there he goes. Oh my god, they're really stacking up back here. But Pac is done for the day. Oh, it's 23 of, who is that? Dragonite has been disqualified from this race. He's going to finish last, actually. He's been DQ'd. The Pac-Mobile is out of the race. So is the 11 and the 07 of Hubris. So I believe our current points leader, the 97, is going to have a huge points hit after this race because of his whatever happened to him. He must have gotten big damage under that yellow, but yeah, like I said, this track is pure madness. That means our new leader is going to be Road Toad once again, as things have all cycled out back to him. And way far back in second is Hedgerton in the 06. Even the AI still does not know what they want to do here. We haven't even made it a fifth of the way through this race yet. And this is the normal race length for this track. I was contemplating making it only 150, but I felt like even if that happened, on the rare chance we get a very low amount of cautions in one race, then it would make the race too short, but I'm already starting to regret that decision. But we've already committed to this race at this point. I will only stop it if the game crashes. But so it looks like we're going to be going back to green next time by, so all the leaders are, or all the lap cars are getting off the track. Oh, and 74 of, that is, dang, it's been so long, I've not been stripping these for so long, it's Cold Steel, yeah. He's now having a problem, so Hedgerton's now going to pull behind our leader in second. Crush Cube is now in third, Goob is in fourth. So Crush Cube probably gained a lot of spots because I don't think he is straight up think he has not pitted yet, so maybe that'll be a strategy to win the day. I don't know, but they're getting really stacked up before the restart. Green flag is back out. Let's hope it lasts this time, although I said that last time, it did not last at all. Road really had to jam the brakes there for that 89 of Whimsicott. That allowed Hedgerton to get a bit of a run there. Can the 06? Here comes Crush Cube on the inside line trying to take the lead away. And he dives it down in the corner. He's going to have the advantage on the 96, and the 24 is going to take the lead away at Martinsville. Historically, a very successful number at this track, as Jeff Gordon won 1 billion races at this track under that number. And he's looking forward to win this race here today. But if he can stay out of trouble and hopefully have a better pit strategy than everyone else, he can make it to the end. As now, Sudden 4 now pitting for damage repair. So, Cold Steel going to fix that problem with his car. Road Toad, though, is going to take that lead away. Raccoon's back on pit road. And how many cubes are on the lead lap? 19. Yep. We are only 45 laps in. Now, Road Toad is going to stay on the bottom, but Crush keeps taking the top lane, or he was taking the top lane. That was not working out for him. He goes right back to the bottom. Now Whimsicott's going to go down to the bottom as well. Oh my goodness, Crush Cube went way up the track there. Something happened with him. Maybe his AI was reacting to Raccoon coming up the track, or maybe it was reacting to Meloetta coming down pit road. But now Goob is going to try and take second away from Crush Cube here, as Road Toad once again is going to run away with the lead. Goob now battling for second, though. Crush Cube getting forced up the outside lane. And here comes Hedgerton. 4 Carts R Us Warriors all battling together in the top 5. The only CGB member in the top 5 is the 30 of Sheepmobile. So they are really having a stranglehold. 13 of Gogomobile with a fuel system problem. He's not going to be slowed down by that, but he is going to have to come down pit road eventually to fix that. Maybe. It's only a 0.1, so he might be okay unless he commits here. He might just continue from here on, so he might be fine. He just might have a longer pit stop next time. I think this has been our longest green flag run of the night so far. So, and now we're finally going to hit lap 50 this time by. So we're already a fifth through the race, and we're 25 minutes in. Incredible. But if things stay green for a while, then the laps should start ticking down very quickly. But now all the pit cycles are out of whack, so really you have no idea who's going to win at this rate if we go green for a while. Rotoad under fire from Tram, who was a lap down right behind him. He did just pit for new tires. And then Goob now has a pretty decent hold on second. Now Hedgerton is battling with Crush Cube for third. Galaga is now going to stay in fifth. Sixth is now Sheepmobile. Seventh is Bowser. Then the 31, Space Cube. Looking to the inside of Toasto, gets very close to that 17 there. Then Baguette, and then the 08 of Sisyphus, now in the top 10. I'm surprised Heihachi's still running after his little rollover. But lo and behold, he is, and Goob is really not wanting to catch up to a leader right now, running that top lane. He's really having a difficult time catching up to the Rotoad. Now Rotoad's really slicing through this field, trying to get away with another win. So now it's all a matter of who can catch up to that blazingly fast 96. Still, fastest lap of the race by 2/10. Almost 2 whole tenths over the 56 of Suncube, who is second fastest. That is crazy. That thing's gotta be illegal under there. I don't know what he's doing, but he's cooking. Cooking something under that motor. Goob struggling to get around Mr. Kill. Is he? Oh, caution may be out. Yes, it is. Don't know why yet. We'll figure it out eventually. But the pace car now just coming off of pit road. Ooh, they're really stacking up right here. Someone must have binned it somewhere on the track. Looks like it was the back straightaway, so we'll have to go back to the time the pace car came off the track and see what happened. Oh, it was Gentle Cat that went around. Got punted by the 60 of Le Cube de Baguette. And around he goes. Oh, and he gets hit by Curb. Not good for that 01, who made his way back up to 28th, but he's going to have some damage to deal with now. So Ruhi now comes down pit road. So our 5th caution of the night at lap 58. Oh boy. It's going to be one very long race. I can tell you that. But at least be glad I'm not running a full-length Coca-Cola 600, because that would mentally drain me. Although I feel like this race is already mentally draining me, am I right? I don't think I like that too much. What the fuck? I am mildly displeased with things I'm seeing on my cell phone. But now, back to the race. So Galaga has moved up to third in all this chaos. Sheepmobile is now in fourth. Fifth is Bowser. Sixth is 31 Space Cube. Then Among Us is seventh. Or, actually, no, it's Imposter this season. Yes, it is. Actually, no, it's just Among Us. Sisyphus is 8th, Daisy's 9th, and Baguette is now back in the top 10. So, things are really looking up for everyone that started poorly in qualifying, but now we really have no idea when things are going to really step up. Going back to green this time by after our 5th caution of the day. Definitely a lot more early on than I expected, even though we had a couple of long green flag runs last time that were both soured by cautions, I believe. So back to green. Goob trying to catch back up to the 96 of Road Toad. He actually had a pretty good restart here. Let's see if he can actually get to him while the Cold Steel is still in the bottom lane. No. Looks like Road Toad's going to get away once again. Maury Jr. shot up the track there for a second. Probably got moved out of the way by Mr. Kill. And now Goob's coming down pit road, so his pit strategy seems to have put him in a bad spot in terms of tires. Because I believe Goob is not pitted yet, so it's a little bit early to pit a track like this, though, so I wonder what he's really up to. Now that puts Galaga in second place, who has not won since season 1 at Daytona. So he is really looking for a good old-fashioned win here today. Maybe that could play out well for him, maybe it won't, who knows. And then Sheepmobile will move up to third from that. And the doubles era is now coming off pit road, so what was that for? That was for damage and for tires. Interesting. So now, since Raccoon's a lap down, he's going to be out of contention. So Bowser now is going to be in fourth after Goob went ahead and pitted. So Rotoad already once again up to a massive lead. I would genuinely be shocked if he doesn't win this race, because that would be genuinely surprising. But he is really killing it right now, I should say. We'll kill it. Oh, caution's out again. Oh, Rotoad is stuck on the apron. I don't think it was for him, though. He is really having an issue right now. We're back under caution yet again. We'll go back to the pace car's POV to see who it was this time. Our 6th caution of the night. Well, I looked at my phone at a cool fan art for 1 second, and now we're back under yellow again. Looks like it was out for a little while now. So it's here. And who's responsible this time? Oh, Space Cube. Not lucky. And he was got turned by Baguette. It was a battle for the last spot in the top 10. And just did not give that 60 any room whatsoever. And the wall. Sad Knuckles almost got destroyed again. But he's not going to come down pit road. I believe, yeah, Road Toad came down pit road again. Or did he? I think he did come down pit road. If he did, that means Galaga's going to be the leader. Yes. So, well, I think it's the first time I've ever had a race have a last place finisher that was disqualified. And that would be for Dragonite. His pretty good start to the season is now soured quite a bit, unfortunately. He was the points leader at one point, but unfortunately, no more of that for now. But Galaga's going to lead for the first time in quite a while, actually. Sheetmobile's going to round off second. Bowser's going to be third. And Rotoad, after having that issue on the banking... Oh, they're really stacking up right here. Rotoad, after having that issue, is going to be in 10th. So, I don't think he pitted. I think he just had issues before the caution came out, and that's why he's all the way further back. Looks like we're going to have a new leader for the first time this race. That may just allow everyone else to get to the end of this race, potentially. Who knows? But yeah, the pit stops are all completely out of whack after whatever we were doing, but now we finally have a new leader for the first time in this race. And so Galaga's going to lead them back to the green here. Let's see how long he can keep this lead for before something happens to him on the apron. Immediately dives down to the bottom. Actually, no, he'll get denied by the 74 of Cold Steel, who has been very fast on his own. Oh, and he's coming down pit road, so he's running out of pit strategy now. Looks like Sheetmobile's now going to take over the lead from the 16. Bowser will now be second. And now Daisy's going to be third. Fourth is Among Us. Fifth is Baguette. Sixth is Crush Cube. Then Hedgerton, then Rotoad, then Sisyphus, and then Sun Cube, our pulse hitter. So things may as well just come back around for Sun Cube. Yeah, pretty much everyone has pitted for damage repair, except for, who is that? 79 of Klonoa, who already pitted for damage repair earlier in this race, so. Sheetmobile sweeping around the outside lane. He is going to stay decently ahead of Bowser, who is currently struggling with traffic and an oncoming Daisy. And we're under caution again, somehow. 7th one of the day, and let's see what this one's for. It may have been for the 16 and the 1. Oh, he's gonna come. Oh, wow, he just cut right in front of Galaga right there. What in the world was Curb doing? Pace car, oh, where art thou? There you are. Alright, let's see what caused our 7th yellow flag of the day at lap... I don't even remember anymore. Sounds like back front straight away. It looks like it was... Oh, it was Lightning McQueen that went around. He got turned by Hedgerton. So Hedgerton, who's on the lead lap of the 95, who is not, and around he goes. With a little bit of persuasion. Keeps it clean. Oh, and Curb just slams right into the back of him. And Curb's terrible day goes even worse for that 01 team. Oh, a little bit of contact between Toasto and Igus. Fitting combo. On pit road. So now your new leader, after people come down, is going to be Hedgerton. Then, second is Crush Cube. Third is Road Toad once again. Then Sisyphus fourth. Fifth, Sun Cube. Sixth is... Oh my god, there are only 6 in the lead lap? Or maybe the 6 came down pit road. So we'll just have to wait and see who 6th will be after everyone comes around after these pit stops. 7 cautions, and we are only 81 laps in. This is just the most stereotypical Martinsville experience you can get, and there are only 10 cubes on the lead lap. Quite fun. We are already getting ready to go back to green. Wow, that was a quick yellow. Our leader this time will be the the 06 of Hedgerton. Back under green. Well, they're getting really dicey right here in the corner. Going very wide. Oh, Road Toad trying his best to get back to the lead once again. Hedgerton's stuck on the top lane. He's going to have a lot of trouble getting down there if Road Toad's going to be there. Road Toad challenging for the lead. Hedgerton's got no room. He can't get to the bottom. And Crush Cube's waiting in the wings as well for something to happen to these two. He slides up the track. Road Toad does. And now he's going to have a battle with the 06. Now Crush Cube's trying to battle for second, potentially for the lead. He slides way up the track here. Got very tight in the exit of the corner. He's going to lose that momentum, but now Hedgerton gets it back on the bottom lane, trying to chase down Road Toad for the lead. Can he do it here? As Heihachi now comes off of pit road. Sad Knuckles now comes down for his, I believe, regularly scheduled stop. Roto, though, making some distance, but he is trapped on that top lane, and Hedgerton really needs to learn how to run the bottom so he can actually get to the 96, but now he's going to lose some traction and get all the way up to the top, and he's really having a tough time running down our leader, as just about everyone is trying to run down Roto. Still has the fastest lap of the race. Second fastest is actually Igus, then Suncube, 56. Third fastest. Crush Cube, though, trying to get to second place with some help from this 56 right behind him. Sheepmobile not too far off either. Actually, he is pretty far off for Martinsville standards, but he is getting pretty close. If I do say so myself. Well, these two are still battling out for position. Road Toad having trouble getting around the 31 of Space Cube. He really can't find a chance to get to the bottom lane and pass him, but just really struggling here getting past the lap cars. Something he was not having problems with earlier, but now he's just really having a lot of issues with. But now Hedgerton falling back even further. Now it's a three-way battle for second place potentially. And it's really a battle to see who can actually catch up to the 06, or the 96 actually, my bad. Funny how it's 96 and 06 battling for the top spot. So Road Toad finally gets around the 31. Now he's got to deal with the 55 of Haruhi, who has been involved in a crash. Oh, but the 31's going to get back to him, force him up the outside lane, and now it's going to put him in a bit of pressure. Oh, never mind. He's going to clear him again. Now Daisy's on pit road. Going to go a lap down. Heihachi comes back down pit road. He's probably got a lot more damage than he thinks he has. But he's going to clear, but Road Toad's going to clear both Space Cube and Haruhi here. I believe the 31 has much less damage as he almost gets into the back of the 96 coming into turn 1. That would have been very interesting. But Hedgerton maintaining a decent pace as Crush Cube falls back to 4th. Sun Cube now up to 3rd. Whew, allergies getting to me. I hate it. Ooh, Roto trying to get around the damaged 22 of air traffic cone. And Heihachi. Oh, around goes Space Cube right in front of Hedgerton. Oh, and that might block the track. No, it doesn't, but people are going to get really tight together right here. But caution's going to come out again. They're still getting really dicey right here as Bowser's now losing a lot of spots as he makes a little contact with the 70-sider. It took a little bit that time, but we're back under caution for the 8th time as someone hit the wall there. I think that might have been U-Haul or the 51 that hit the wall, but Space Cube got turned around there, so let's see what happened to that 31. So looks like Mr. Kill probably got into him. It looks like he did. And around he goes into the 06. And then Haruhi got a little bit of damage there. So did Sun Cube. So 2 of our front runners not doing too good in this race. And I think Raccoon's stuck on the apron. So he's got... Oh, wow. They are stacking up big time on the apron. And now Daisy's stuck. God, this track is a mess. I love it, but it's a mess. So the 96 not pitting just yet. Yeah, this race has been absolutely chaotic so far for our 8th caution. I'm pretty sure it's 8th. So Roto's going to continue to lead. Second is going to be Sheepmobile. Then looks like Baguette's going to line up 3rd. We only have 8 cubes left in the lead lap now. Oh my god. But hey, now Mr. Kill and Igus are in the top 10 now, even though they're both a lap down, which is interesting. And looks like Melawetta has retired from the race, and I wonder why I hadn't seen her in a bit. She must have gotten some big damage from on pit road or something. Interesting. I wonder when they made that change. We're going back to green flag this time for our 9th restart of the race. Hopefully not to our 9th caution, although knowing this track, yeah, we're probably going to have a 9th caution. We are almost halfway done with this race, and we are about an hour in. Incredible. Green flag. Road Toad leads them back yet again. Can someone stop this mad beast as they go 3 wide, almost into turn 2? Heihachi might be suffering from the infinite pit road bug, so he's definitely out of contention by now, if it wasn't obvious already. But our 2nd place right now is having a lot of trouble getting up to speed. It looks like Baguette is going to get to 2nd. He's going to get ahead of Sheepmobile, and then Bowser trying to get around him too, but Roto just being the absolute class of the field right now. dominating this race so far, besides a couple of exceptions. Space Cube back on pit road once again. He's definitely out of contention for this race, for sure. The only way these leaders have a chance to catch up to the 96 is if he has like a catastrophic failure or something to cause everyone else to catch back up to him. But knowing how lucky he's been in this race so far, I don't doubt that'll happen because it's Martinsville. But hey, who knows? So, 0-0 of, 0-0 is now run the second fastest lap of the race. That is the 0-0 of Goob. And our second place, actually no, Sheepmobile's fallen back quite a bit. He's fallen all the way back to 5th. Baguette is going to stay in 2nd. Bowser's going to be in 3rd. So really the biggest contenders right now are the ones that have barely been involved in any incidents at all. And those that are also on the lead lap, so like Crush Cube, Sun Cube, Among Us. Basically everyone that's on the lead lap right now is in contention to win if they don't get screwed over by pit stops, which knowing how we've had having more green flag runs recently, it definitely has a chance to happen, but who knows. I think several cubes now are going to have the infinite pit road glitch, which is just unfortunate, but that's how it be sometimes. Yeah, the developers really went out of their way to put wall marks on this track, knowing how difficult the AI were on it, at least on themselves. We're having a pretty decent green flag run so far in this race. But now, already back to a 4-second disadvantage behind our leader, who is running absolutely insane lap times. Like, nobody else has run a 22 or 21-second lap compared to our leader, Road Toad, right now. He has just ran, he ran a 21-second lap time then. Everyone else was running 22s. So that's how you know how fast he's been going compared to the rest of the field. But Baguette, being a field filler now, looking to make a change, try and win this race, just to try and make it to the end on speed. Get a little bit of water, my leftover Bojangles water, which sounds grosser than it sounds. Sounds grosser than I described it. It's bottle. Oh, I thought the 89 was stopped on pit road. That would have been a caution for sure. Yeah, like I said, already off and at it, running away again. Bowser, though, looking forward to... And look at this battle right here. This battle is for a spot in the top 10, 9th and 10th, and they're just behind the leader, a lap down, so he's absolutely killing it right now. Space Cube definitely also under the infinite pit glitch, as well as Whimsicott, I believe, as well. Bowser and Baguette, though, still in a pretty heated battle for the second spot as Bowser now dives to the inside, trying to take it away from the 60. So Bowser takes second place away from the 60 of Baguette as the 31, 89, and everyone else that's having the infinite glitch are basically clogging up my replay system. We've officially hit halfway and we're only an hour done. But it should go significantly faster now that we've had more green flag runs. Bowser actually getting a pretty decent advantage ahead of the 60 now. Not catching Road Toad by any means, but he is doing pretty good. No one's really running any faster laps than the 96 right now. Bowser's running similar lap times, but he's got to get around Klonoa, Amori Jr., I guess, and Mr. Kill if he wants to get there, and that's going to be very difficult for him. So he's got to hope for a caution here, so the guys that are lapped down can line up on the outside. But Road Toad has been so good on the restarts, it's just basically impossible for them to get back up to him. So really, all these guys are looking forward to now that we're halfway through this race is for the 96 to have some sort of catastrophic bomb to go off inside that thing, for them to have even a chance of passing him. Because like I said, oh, the 19 with an engine problem. I didn't even notice that because everyone else is pitting, but Igus has just come down with an engine failure, and she's done for the day. So, and she was looking for a top 10 finish, and she was doing pretty good in points too, so that's really going to hurt her points going into the next race, which is going to be Road Atlanta. So, tough break for Igus, who had a mechanical failure at this track last season too. Put her in, I believe, in last place for this race, so definitely not any different for this year. That'll put Gogomobile into the top 10, but he is much further. Oh, Klonoa goes way up the track. Oh, because the caution's out. Don't even know why this time. Didn't even see it happen, but the caution flag is out. Let's go back to when the pace car. Oh, it was the One Piece that went around. I was about to say Daisy because those two look similar from a glance, but Hedgerton once again spinning out someone that's lapped down. And around he goes. Hedgerton just getting no shits whatsoever as he goes lap down by Road Toad. But now there's been a significant amount of laps since our last set of pit stops. Who's going to pit now and who isn't? That's the biggest question right now for our leaders. Road Toad's coming into pit. Bowser's coming into pit, so it looks like all of our leaders are going to come down as... Let's see if Goob comes down. Yes, Goob is coming down. So is Suncube and Sheepmobile and Among Us. And it looks like Crush Cube is as well. So everyone that's on the lead lap this time is all going to come down pit road. So, good for them, I guess. That means all the lap cars are probably going to come in this time as well. While this caution was out, I read a post about someone complaining about Mario Kart 8 lobbies and how he's always finding them full of Japanese players. And he was from Italy, and someone in the comments was like, Italy mentioned, rah! I heavily despise all the Zoomer shit that's been happening recently, but I kind of like that one. That one's a little funny half the time. Looks like Road Toad won the race off of pit road, followed by Bowser, then Goob. Fourth issue Mobile yet again, so looks like barely any changes between the top 10. Although Gogomobile's back on the lead lap now that people pitted, so is Gallic. Never mind. He's not back on the lead lap. What am I saying? Since basically everyone pitted there, it's now just about time for everyone to get back into the swing of things. So I believe everyone's on the same pit cycle now. It just depends on who goes where at the right time. And oh, looks like the 19's out. 42 is out of the race. That is Tram, so he is retired, probably from pit road damage, so he is done for the day. And he was also doing very well in points. He is the only cube with 2 wins this season, so that's going to hurt his points position for sure. It's going to hurt his chances for a championship. Still got a long way to go in this championship, but going back to green this time by per the pace car. We're just about to be to 100 laps to go in this race. Toad's going to lead him back to green. And let's see how long he can keep it for, as Bowser has been strong, but Road Toad's still going to keep that outside lane. And he's going to have yet another amazing restart, as Hedgerton doesn't know what he's doing, and he's going to block off Bowser. Bowser's really struggling on that outside lane, but Road Toad's just slicing through the field. No shits whatsoever. Now it's a battle for second between Goob and Bowser. They're really struggling for grip on these new tires. And Goob gets away. Now Suncube is going to try and dive to the bottom and try and get past Bowser. But now, after that restart, Road Toad is already up to a 2-second lead. Someone stop this mad lad. We are just about to hit 100 to go. Things can still happen, so... Although considering there's still some cubes that are having the infinite pit road glitch, it could still happen. Who knows? But now Suncube's going to head out to second. Bowser now gets the third as Goob now struggles in the bottom lane. Sheepmobile not too far behind either, and neither is Crush Cube in the 24. Yeah, that 96 is on a tear. I mean, I've said that pretty much enough today, but I cannot stress it any further. That 96 has been on an absolute riot so far in this race. Does he still have the fast lap of the race? Yep. No longer no contest, but he's still much faster than the rest of the field overall. Sunkeep, though, getting around some lap traffic. He's not that far back now, but he's still pretty far back. If he can continue to get around the lap traffic, such as Spark It Up and Hedgerton, he may be able to catch up to our leader. Now Hedgerton is in all the clean air he can get. All he needs to do now is catch up to the 96 and potentially pass him for the lead. Oh, wait a minute. Around goes Spark It Up. I don't think that will cause a caution. Yes, it will. Caution's out again. 10th time tonight we're under yellow. And we have just gotten past to the 100 laps to go mark, so now things will get a bit dicey, because now we had a pretty decent distance on our last caution. Not a lot of distance, but still pretty decent distance, so pit strategy may still be thrown out the window, but we're not entirely sure. Looks like Roto is going to commit the pit road right here. And he does not. He's just trying to get to the pace car. If he gets stuck on the apron again like he did that one time, that might make it a little bit easier for everyone else, but still pretty difficult for the rest of the field to actually catch up to him, because he's been just getting blazingly fast restarts every time. Suncube is going to commit to pit road, though. He's going to take tires. Maybe this will be a good strategy for that 56. Maybe not. But Crush Cube and the others did not pit, so maybe it'll work out for him in the end, because I think he can make it to the end on fuel and tires if he doesn't pit for the rest of this race. Roadtoad, I believe, still has the pit, so we'll see how this works out for that, as all the lappers are now coming down. So now with only 7 cubes in the lead lap, things will definitely get a lot more interesting in these last closing 100 laps of this race. Hopefully now, since things are a little bit more chill and less cars are on the track, we can have more long green flag runs like we did previously. So we'll just have to wait and see how that works out for those guys. Pace car lights are off. We'll just have to hope that Road Toad can secure a win here today. He's been so dominant in this whole race. If he managed to choke it away somehow, that would be humiliating first and sad second. But let's see if he can make it to the end without having any issues whatsoever. He's going to lead them to the green once again for this restart after the 10th caution of the night. And once again, Bowser gets a terrible restart, and Road Toad immediately gets down to the bottom and gets away. Bowser's just really struggling on that top lane. '98 of Spark It Up with the problem. He's got a tire down. He stopped up. This is back on track again. Well, we all saw that wreck happen in real time, so we're not going to really go back on that one since we all know what happened, so. But that is our 11th caution of the night. The pace car finally pulls off and is going to get some work done. Pace car has gotten a lot more action than the rest of this field has, that's for sure. It's passed more cars than the rest of this field has. Starting to see a bit of a pattern of this race. Calamity Corner plays its hand a few times. Road Toad gets off to another incredible restart. It's just business at this rate. A couple more laps until we go back to green. We're officially almost done with this race. Got a little bit of a ways to go. Things can still happen. People can still go in the catch fence. Well, we almost had Heihachi go into the catch fence, so it's definitely possible. So. These car lights are off for our 12th green flag restart of the race after 11 cautions. It has just been not as agonizing as Bermuda was. At least for this track it was expected, but Bermuda was jank in its own ways. That was weird. This is jank in its own expected ways, but Road Toad going to lead them back again to green. We're racing once again at Martinsville. Oh, Gogomobile almost got into the 95 there. Sheepmobile just retired with a suspension failure. That's rare. But he immediately did not clear the 13, but Bowser's still struggling on that outside lane on the restarts. But the 96 is struggling too as Gogomobile gets around him. And now Gentle Cat, no, never mind. Gentle Cat is not going to try and do anything about that. It's almost like Bowser's holding up everyone behind him because he's so bad on restarts. As these goobers are still having the infinite pit road glitch. But now, Road Toad isn't completely free of the traffic yet. He's still got to deal with the cubes behind him who have to pass traffic, but he's also got to try and pass a Gogomobile who is still on pace. He is not a lap down. He's actually back on the lead lap now after that caution, so if another one comes out, which is almost certain to happen, before Road Toad passes him, then he'll get his lap back and he'll be back in the running for more positions. So good for him. At 13, really looking to make it a lot harder for Road Toad to stay out in the lead. Bowser not too far off now, but still under fire from Goob. Crush Cube and Sun Cube battling for 4th and 5th. These two really need to try and not wreck each other because they've seen how many cubes have chosen violence for these recent events, these recent cautions. But what will happen to them? Will there be any more yellows, or will this go to the end of the race on this green flag run? I doubt that'll happen, considering how many cautions we've had, but Road Toad is still struggling to get around the Gogomobile, but they're all running fast laps. Gentle Cat just ran his fastest lap of the race, period, by running behind the 96. Almost, actually did make contact with him there. Or almost did. If that 71 gets in the back of Road Toad, oh boy, all hell's gonna break loose. So both of them are starting to struggle with grip now towards the end of this race. Bowser's still not gaining, but not losing by very much either, because Road Toad still isn't fully out of it. Road Toad's still struggling with Gogomobile and Gentle Cat. That 13 is probably checked out right now in terms of speed. It's really the 96 that has to worry about the traffic around him. As now Goob has passed Bowser for a second, is looking to try and go past Klonoa and Sad Knuckles, but they're both on pretty decent pace. I doubt they're going to have that much of a problem, but Raccoon got one hell of a run there, trying to get past Bowser, even though he is a lap down. He just dive bombed it into the corner and surprisingly got away with that. These second and third place cubes still losing by a decent amount. Oh, wow. Goob actually gained on the leader that lap. Oh, now Rotoad being challenged by the 71 of Gentle Cat here. They both kind of drifted in the corner, and the 71 gets around the 96. He might be losing time. Oh, he had a very slow lap there. And Goob got around Sad Knuckles. He is chasing down our leader. We could potentially have an actual battle for the lead coming up here. Goob fell back a little bit and timed that lap because Rotoad was in somewhat cleaner, but now he's got 2 lap cars ahead of him, and Klonoa only has 1. Or no, Goob only has 1, my bad. Now Goob lost a little bit there. Bowser falling back quite a bit. Goob did gain a little bit that lap, but not too much. Suncube hanging out in 4th, and everyone else behind him that are at least still on the lead lap, trying to get away with at least a lead lap finish. Gogomobile might be okay towards the end of this one, but pit stops may still play a factor into the end of this race. Who knows if they actually will, but it'll be close in terms of fuel. If this ends up being a freaking fuel mileage finish, of all things at a track like this, which has happened before, not very often, but it's happened before. Still running pretty good laps. Goob is now in the clean air. Can he catch up to... Oh no, he is losing more time now, but he has a chance to catch up to the 96 if he gets caught up in traffic again. It's going to be very difficult for Goob to actually catch up to Rotoad. Goob lost a little bit more that lap. Rotoad Cat. Oh, Gentle Cat actually got around the 13 of Gogomobile. So that 13 may actually hold up Rotoad once again if he tries to try and get around him. Still running pretty good laps for that 96. Just ran a really good lap there. And Goob not running too fantastic of laps. He's really falling back compared to the 96 now. But if the 96 does catch up to the Gogomobile, that will make it harder for him to stay out in front. But a late caution would be really bad for the 96, even though he has been fantastic on restart so far. Actually, he probably doesn't even need a caution at all to have problems if he runs out of fuel. But right now, it's just a matter of can they make it to the end on the fuel they have. We've still got a little over 60 laps to go in this race, so I don't think they can. I still think they've got one more pit cycle left in them. Bowser's still struggling on that outside line. He's been fast all day. The main reason why he's really up here is that he's been avoiding all the chaos that's happened in this race so far, but he's just been really slow compared to the rest of these leaders. He's fallen all the way back to 4th. He's just gotten really lucky compared to the rest of the field. Maybe when Red Atlanta rolls around sometime soon, then he'll have some better action. But this is still a good points day for that 85. Like, Goob is pretty decent high up in points right now. So is the 96, so both of them are going to get great points days today. Same for 13 of Gogomobile, who has a win. All three of them have a win. Baguette is also pretty decently high up in points, but those that are really going to suffer. Sheepmobile is really going to suffer, so is Igus, so is Tram. Hawk is going to suffer, Hubris is going to suffer, Packmobile, our points leader, is going to finish 41st. He especially is going to suffer after all that's happened to him. Why do I keep getting recommended the Alien Bodies subreddit? I don't care about aliens. No. And while Goob is still keeping decent pace to the 96 right in front of him, he's still not catching up to Road Toad. Like, he's maintaining pace, he's just not doing anything with it, as Road Toad is now starting to pass lappers again. Now trying to get around Shadow, who is doing pretty decent 25th. Oh wow, Goob actually gained a lot now that Road Toad is battling with his traffic, but now the 00 also has to get around this lap traffic. So it's going to be really difficult. He now gets around curb once again, although running much slower laps than he did before. Goob now less than 2 seconds behind, but now has to get past 3 lap cars. And Red Toad easily catching up to the 26 of U-Haul, forcing him up the track and getting around him right now. Now these two are trying to get around lap cars as well. Actually, no, just Gogolmobile. Gentle Cat is checked out from the rest of this little pack that's on pace. But now down to less than 50 laps to go in this one. And we've had the longest green flag run of the race so far. Goob is doing a pretty good job passing these lap cars, but Red Toad's still slicing through them like it's nobody's business. So still, anything can happen in these closing laps of the race. Now Goob is now struggling to get past the 01 of Curb. So that might seal the deal, but Road Toad still has the pit. It has been quite a long time since that 96 has come down pit road. So, no idea what's really the plan for that 96 team. Because he and all the lap cars that are around him, or he and all the leaders are on the same pit strategy, so if he does pit before the end of this race, he has to probably do it now, so he doesn't have to worry about it later, but that's just dependent on what the AI wants to do. The AI loves to be extremely shitty sometimes. Yeah, all the AI now just trying to race as clean as they can to get to the end of this without any problems whatsoever. Goob is now just one car away from trying to pass Road Toad, but he's still 3 seconds back once again. Hold on. Oh, those just the guys that are already up pit road. I thought Shadow came down pit road, and I was like, oh. So that's when green flag pit stops are about to start, but no, we still have to wonder if we even do get green flag pit stops, because now the field is all spread out, as you can tell by the relative lack of battles going on right now. Oh, God. Not again. I mean, having 3 cubes of the infinite pit road glitch at the same time is all making it really interesting, but has not really been all too interesting with that being a case. But now Goob is in clean air, only 2.8 seconds back, but not running to actually Roto having problems getting around the 47 of Gun. Here in 22.5. Goob runs at 22.5 as well, so a smidge faster that lap, but not too much. He's got Gallagher right behind him, who is on pace. Next up is Daisy for Roto to pass. Yeah, Rotod really having a tough time getting around the 47 of Gun. Meanwhile, his closest competitor is in clean air, but it could also be challenged by the 16. And the 16 could really mess up Goob right here, but I really don't think Goob is going to have any chance to get to Rotod because he has been just crazy fast this whole race. Actually, he did run a pretty slow lap there. Both of them did. They're actually both running pretty slow laps overall, so that might be the tell for them coming down pit road soon. So if they do, then we could see some very interesting results of this race. Goob has gained a little bit over time, but I don't think it's going to be enough. He really has to rely maybe on short pitting to pass the 96. Thought there was smoke on the track, but that was just my blue light glasses being dirty. Really need to get a new pair of these. These have been pretty dirty for a while now. But Goob is slowly gone. Never mind. Roto got around both Daisy and Gun. It's pretty much over unless he runs out of fuel, or unless like a catastrophic event happens. He's still running pretty slow lap times, and Goob is still catching, but not by very much. I think it's going to be very difficult for anyone to pass this 96 at this rate, unless he has like a problem on pit road, which is possible, but not impossible. Roto now under fire from Daisy, trying to get one of her laps back. Stuck on the top lane. Goob gained a lot of momentum there. But if he needs to come to pit road soon, he might mess him up a little bit. He's been decent on the outside lane. Not as good as some others have been, but he's been decent. Just enough for him to stay out front and get those great restarts. Daisy now gets ahead of the leader. And here comes Goob, getting really nice and close. Now up to a second of an advantage over the 96, but Gunn's going to force him to the outside line, and here comes the 0-0 for the lead. With less than 15 laps to go in this race, Goob has now finally caught up to the 96, but can he pass him before this race is over? Road Toad has dominated this race so far. Goob, and both of them have won a race this season, but he's stuck on the outside line. Here comes the 0-0 for the lead. Side by side on the start finish line. But Goob has the advantage. And how long is he going to keep it for? As they both got lap traffic. And here comes a 16 to push the 0-0 to the top. And now we have a new leader. But how long is he going to keep it for? Now Goob has a 1 car length advantage over Road Toad, but Road Toad stuck on the outside. And now Goob leads the lap. But the 16 is going to try and push him ahead. He knows what he must do. Although Gunn is practically blocking off both lanes now as they're still side by side on the back straightaway. And the thing is, we don't even know if they can make it to the NL Fuel. We could have a real goofy winner of this one, but now Goob finally clears Road Toad as he's still stuck on the outside. But now Gallagher might try and throw a punch. Maybe we don't even know what side he wants to take. He stays on the bottom. Road Toad's still stuck on the top. Now he's been cleared by the 16. But how long is Goob going to be able to stay out front, and can he make it to the NL Fuel? Still tightly packed together between these four. Two of them not in contention to win this race. With Gallagher still in 8th place. So still going for a top 10 at the end of this race. But Goob passing Road Toad after Road Toad has basically led about 90% of this race. Can Goob steal away a win? He loses some grip in turn 3, but here he comes to the bottom lane. He's having some trouble with grip though. Let's see if he can make it to the end of this race without having to throw it away like Road Toad potentially did here today with 10 to go that time by. Yeah, he's having a lot of struggle with grip in the entrance of turn 3. Road Toad's doing a lot better than him on corner entry. But he's running really good laps. He's now in a big old conga line. Started from the 93 of the One Piece, who is not, I don't think is on pace, so that may change up some things. Goob now trying to get around the 47 of Gunn. Gallagher loses some momentum in the corner. He now gets forced up to the outside lane. And now here's a chance for Road Toad to get the lead back. If Goob doesn't clear himself down to the bottom this time, he may not be able to win this race. Oh, and that might have sealed the deal right there as Road Toad got an amazing run to turn 1. But Goob is faster on the straightaway. Can he clear the 96 down the corner? No, he cannot. And now the 96 has help from the 45 trying to push him to the lead once again. Goob had a chance and he completely blew it. Still 6 laps to go. Anything can happen. As Raccoon pushing Road Toad to the lead. Goob's still trying to fight for a chance to stay out front, but now he's lost all the momentum on the top lane. And now Road Toad's back out front for good. And maybe for the rest of this race. Oh, he loses control in the corner. He severely overestimates the corner, and now here comes the 0-0 once again to try and take the lead away, but Raccoon's blocking him. He goes to the top, and now Goob goes back to the bottom lane. Side by side at the start-finish line. 4 laps to go. Gunn now forces his way up the track. They're still side by side now. Now Goob tucks in behind a 96. But now lap traffic ahead of them as Gunn now gets forced up to the top lane. And oh, now Goob lost a lot of momentum there in that corner. Oh, he's really flubbed it now. Maybe not. Maybe he's still got a chance to get past the 96 here. A battle of 2 car to arrest related entries. Both trying to get their second win of the season here at Martinsville. We don't even know if they can make it to the end on fuel. Oh, Goob now messes up the corner. But now Road Toad has to deal with traffic. Goob has to go to the bottom here if he wants to make it to the end of this race. Oh, but he gets stuck up top. No, he doesn't. Gunn almost gets into the 0-0 there. 2 to go. Can Goob steal the win away in these final laps? He's going to have a look on the bottom lane. Here comes the 0-0 for the lead. Side by side on the back straightaway coming to the white flag. Goob's going to have a run to the bottom. Side by side of the white flag. 1 lap to go at Martinsville. Who's going to win it? Oh, Goob backed out of there for a second. Oh, and I think he just threw that chance for a win away by backing out of that exchange. But now the 93... Oh, yeah, I think Goob just completely threw it away there. Yeah, he did. And he lost all the grip in the corner right there. And Road Toad had some stiff competition, but he's going to win at Martinsville. Dominates at the Magic Mile. Or not the Magic Mile, the Magic Half Mile. He had some stiff competition, a potential for a photo finish, but Goob really messed it up in those last few corners, and Road Toad dominates once again and wins at Martinsville. So Goob gets second, Suncube third, Bowser fourth, Crush Cube gets a top 5, Gogomobile gets 6th, 7th is Among Us, 8th is Galaga, 9th is Gentle Cat, Mr. Kill gets 10th, 11th, Baguette. Here's the rest of the field. Decent amount of retirements. That'll be the end of tonight's race. Almost 2 hours long. Longest race we've had in quite a while. Thankfully, the next one won't be too bad. Thank you all for tuning in today for today's race. When we come back on Wednesday, which is tomorrow, we'll go to Road Atlanta for our next road course race. But until then, see you around and good night.